Okay. So, this is algebra, solving systems of linear equations with elimination. It is also called solving with addition or subtraction. So in our note takers, we wrote, the idea is to get the two equations so that one set of variables, the coefficients are either opposites or the same. Coefficient again means the number in front of the letter. If they're opposites, you're going to add. If they're the same, you can do two things. You can subtract, or you can flip the signs on one equation. I'm going to talk about that because sometimes when you flip the sign, you make a mistake and you only flip the sign on one term and not all three. So the better way to think about it is to subtract. So we had 6 problems for homework. The first one, I believe we did in class. So in this one, there's actually 2 ways to do it. This x and this x are the same, so we could subtract. I always prefer to add. Negative y and positive y are opposites. So I'm going to add, and I'm going to have those cancel out. X plus x is 2x. 1 plus 3 is 4. So if 2x equals 4, x equals 2. So my solution is going to be an ordered pair with an x value of 2. Now, I take that 2, and I'm going to plug that value into the first equation. The first equation was x minus y equals 1. So I'm going to take out the x, and I'm going to plug in 2. Okay. Now I can kind of think about this, and 2 minus what number would give me 1? Oh, well, y must be 1, because 2 minus 1 is 1. If I actually do the math, I subtract 2 from both sides. That actually gives me negative y is equal to negative 1. So that means when I change all the signs, y is equal to 1. Now I need to check it, which means I take the second equation, I take out x, I take out y, oops, and I put in 2 for x and 1 for y. 2 plus 1 equals 3. If you're going to have the giggles so much that you can't be in class, go step outside and compose yourself. Okay, so for problem number 1, the solution is the ordered pair 2, 1. The next problem, negative x plus y equals 1, and x plus y equals 11. Again, I could do this 2 ways. Since the y's are the same, where are you sent to?
ISS, he said that at the ISS teacher said we could take it.
Go to ISS, and when I'm ready for you, I'll come get you.
Okay.
I'm doing the video.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Don't get run over.
Nobody can say, let my son get a free pass. So,
No way.
so guys, in this one, I again could do this with addition or subtraction. I could add and my x's would cancel out. I could subtract and my y's would cancel out. I prefer addition. So the negative x and the positive x cancel out. Y plus y is 2y. 11 plus 1 is 12. So y equals 6. Okay? So this time I've solved for y. Remember, in an ordered pair, my x value is the first number, my y value is the second number. So I'm going to take the original first equation, which was negative x plus y equals 1. I erase the y. Let me get a smaller eraser. And I plug in 6. I subtract 6 from both sides. 1 minus 6 is negative 5. If negative x equals negative 5, then x equals 5. And I can check it in my original second equation. 5 plus 6 equals 11. It checks. My next problem was 3x plus 4y equals 19. And 3x plus 6y equals 33. So in this case, I have two choices. I can subtract, or I can change the signs on one of the equations. Okay? Originally when I started doing this, I said flip all the signs. Then what I saw is a lot of children are messing up the flipping of the signs. So I'm going to say subtract. 3x minus 3x is 0. It cancels out. 4y minus 6y is negative 2y. 19 minus 33 is what? Negative 14. I divide both sides by negative 2. Negative 14 divided by negative 2 is positive 7. So I take that original first equation, okay, and for y, I'm plugging in 7. I still have 3 times x. 4 times 7 is 28 equals 19. I'm going to subtract 28 from both sides, correct? And I get 3x equals, what is 19 minus 28? What? Negative 9? I divide both sides by 3, I get x equals negative 3. So the x value always comes first in the ordered pair. The x value is negative 3. The y value is 7. That's the solution. I'm going to check it. which means I'm going to take the original second equation. Be careful here. That subtraction sign was just a sign I used to remind me to subtract. It's not a negative 3x. 3x plus 6y equals 33. I'm going to substitute in negative 3 for x. And I'm going to substitute in 7 for y. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. Right? 6 times 7 is 42. Negative 9 plus 42 is 33. 33 equals 33 inches. Okay, so that's 7 is the y value. So you're right, you solved and you got 7 first. So just be careful. You see what I'm saying? Because the 7 is the y. If you check it in the solution, 7 negative 3 isn't going to work. Because that would give you 7, that would give you 21 here, and that would give you 18 here. And 21 plus 18 is not 33. Okay? But thank you, that's why I like, even though you've done the homework, you're paying attention and going through it, because you clear up those mistakes. Okay, next problem. X plus 4y equals negative 8. X minus 4y equals negative 8. Personally, I like to deal with opposites because they cancel out. So I can take the 4y and the negative 4y, add them together, they cancel out. And I have 2x. Negative 8 minus 8 is negative 16. A lot of people see those negatives and start thinking it's 0. So when I divide both sides by 2, x equals negative 8. So now I'm going to take that x value, I'm going to plug it in to the original first equation. So x is negative 8 plus 4y equals negative 8. When I add 8 to both sides, I get 4y equals 0. So if 4y equals 0, y equals 0 over 4, which is 0. It looks like my solution is negative 8 comma 0. It's an ordered pair. It has an x value and a y value. If I were to graph these lines, they would intersect at a point on a coordinate grid. I know I keep saying that a lot because I want you guys to have a concrete understanding of what we're actually doing. These would be two lines. You graph them on a grid, they intersect at a point. We don't solve everything by graphing because if it's not an exact point, or if we try to graph and our lines aren't straight, it looks messy. Now I'm going to check it with the second equation. X is negative 8 plus 4 times 0. 4 times 0 is 0. Negative 8 equals negative 8. It checks. We have a correct answer. Two more, guys. You guys are doing great. Two more. 6x minus 2y equals 32. 4x minus 2y equals 18. X's are not opposites, and they're not the same. Y's are the same. When they're the same, I can subtract. Because subtracting a negative is the same as adding a positive, correct? So negative 2y minus negative 2y is the same as adding. That's why it's working. Thanks. Okay? So I'm subtracting 6x minus 4x is 2x. Those cancel out. What's 32 minus 18? 14? Something like that. I think it's 14 because 32 minus 20, that would be 12, and another 2 would be 14. So x equals 7. So now, I'm going to take the original first equation of 6x minus 2y equals 32. I'm going to take out the x, and I'm going to put in 7. 6 times 7 is 42. Minus 2y equals 32. Correct? I subtract 42 from both sides. What? What is 32 minus 42? Negative 10, thank you. So negative 10 divided by negative 2 is negative, divided by a negative is a positive. So y is 5. So now I'm going to check it. 4 times 7. Oh, not plus, minus, because I'm using the original second equation. 4 times 7 minus 2 times 5 equals 18. 4 times 7 is 2 times 5 is 2 times, okay. 28 minus 10 is 18. It checks. How do you have the giggles to it? I'm not allowed to giggle. I'm videoing. Some of you are in here on special dispensation. I remember that. Some of you are in here because your math teacher made you. Some of you are in here because you begged to be in here because you didn't like your other elective 6th period. Yeah. So remember that. Spit out the gum. What's in your mouth? Do you know the way to IS? Okay. What? Do you know the way? Do you know the way song?
Do you know the way? Oh,
this is going to be okay. Can we finish this problem so then you have time to work on? I have a question. So for the classes, yes. Why do you think gum so much? Because
it gets under the desk.
It falls on the floor and then I step in it.
This is all.
What? And
Yeah.
Meadow, and we're going to get back to the video, but I say this and people will be like, no, and then inevitably, like the next day, there's like gum on the floor.
You're not supposed to say that.
You're not supposed to say what?
You say you're not supposed to say that.
Yeah, you said my name. No, I didn't. You just reminded me about bright golden haze on the meadow.
Well, then.
Yes.
You go away.
Okay. And I would also point out that for those of you who keep making comments, this is wonderful ammunition if I ever needed it to say, Listen to how your child behaves in the class. Oh, yeah.
He's not kidding there.
At least I'm.
So, 3x and negative 3x are opposites. They cancel out. 2y minus 5y is negative 3y. What is negative 19 minus 25? What is negative 19, sorry, not minus 25, plus 25? 6? So y equals negative 2. Now I'm going to take the original first equation and I'm going to substitute in negative 2 for y. What is 2 times negative 2? Okay. When I add 4 to both sides, 3x equals negative 15, so x equals negative 5. When I go to check my solution, negative 3x times, sorry, not negative 3x, negative 3 and x is negative 5 minus 5 times negative 2 equals 25. Negative 3 times negative 5 is positive 15. I'm going to treat that as a negative. Negative 5 times negative 2 is positive 10. It checks. If you did this would work also. If you did negative 3 times negative 5 is 15. And if you ignored that subtraction sign, treat it as a subtraction sign, and did 5 times negative 2, you get negative 10, correct? Well, 15 minus negative 10, subtracting a negative is the same as adding a positive. So they check. So you should be able to do these problems now.